I'm Caitlin Clevenger here at the meeting for Main Street Matters in Placerville. Can you tell me a little bit about Main Street Matters and what it's all about?
Absolutely. Main Street Matters was a contest that Benjamin Moore ran back in 2013 across North America, and 20 communities were selected to have a portion of their historic main streets repainted. Placerville was one of the communities that was selected, and the Downtown Association is working with them on some other things that we could do at the same time to enhance the painting. Things like repaving the street, improving the sidewalks, and things like that.
Can you tell me a little bit about what the meeting is about tonight?
Absolutely. This is our second community meeting. We had a community meeting at the end of January to ask people from the town what things that they'd like to see us emphasize to complement the painting program. Tonight's bringing back their ideas and getting their sense of priorities and starting to set work plans to get these things accomplished in the next year or two.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm here with Lisa.
I work for the Placerville Downtown Association, so we're working also with the city of Placerville. We have a great project manager, Matt Boyer, who volunteered his time to help us. He's got a lot of project management experience, so he's been helping us work through the details. And of course, we're dealing with Benjamin Moore and their production company on timing and schedules and how this is all going to work. So we're really excited because it's really going to spruce up downtown, and we're ready for that.
Is there any other things that the Downtown Association is doing for this project?
For this project, we're going to actually do, in conjunction with Benjamin Moore, a kickoff first stroke party. That'll be on June 2nd around noon, and we invite the media and the public to come down, and we'll actually have them put a first brush stroke on one of the buildings that'll be selected. And then the painting should take about 2 or 3 weeks, and then we're having a Main Street Matters reveal celebration afterward, where we have kind of a big party to celebrate the painting. Also, this supplemental program that Matt is working on along with the Downtown Association. Not only do we want to spruce up Main Street with the paint, but we're trying to see if there's other projects like maybe discounts on awnings or roofline lighting, or weeding inlets to the town, things that'll spruce up the town in conjunction with the painting. So we're working to see if the community's on board and going to volunteer. That's what this meeting is about tonight, both the painting and the supplemental program. So we're excited. It's going to be a great year on Main Street. We're really excited.
It sounds like it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Allison Selly. Can you tell me what your role is in Main Street Matters?
I am the Placerville field producer.
And what's your job description?
So I work with the local officials and the contractors to help oversee this project on site.
Okay. Is there any more you can tell us? It's fine if you can.
I think that's basically the,
Okay.
I could go on for probably a day.
Okay.
But,
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
I'm here with Chris Payne, the president of the Placerville Historical Society. Can you tell me how exactly you're involved in the city of Placerville?
In a couple of different ways. We have a museum at 524 Main Street, the society does, called the Fountain and Tama Museum. Mm-hmm. And also, I'm involved with the Placerville Downtown Association. I'm on the board of directors. And also, I'm involved with what's called the Placerville Economic Development Advisory Committee as an appointee on for the PDA, the Placerville Downtown Association. I'm involved with that group. So I have a big stake in Main Street. Oh, another important thing, I'm also a property owner at 327 Main Street. So I really want this to succeed because I think we need to spruce up the city and make it look pretty good.
And how is the Historical Society contributing to Main Street Matters?
Well, just recently we spent $8,000 to spruce up the insides and a little bit on the outside of our building. We have an 1852 building. It's a stone building. And so we had the bricks repointed, meaning a mason came in and did the bricks, pulled out all of the mortar that was there, that was Portland cement, and then put a replacement restoration type mortar in. So we really think that we're ahead in terms of getting something done because our project just completed last week. So it's a good thing, and we like the fact that that kind of ties into what's been happening on Main Street.
It's exciting. Thank you so much for the interview.
Okay, thanks.
I'm here with Cleve Morris, the city manager of Placerville. Can you tell me what your job description is?
Yeah, I'm, as you mentioned, the city manager of Placerville. I basically supervise all the functions in Placerville, police, public works. I work for the city council, and they tell me what to do, and I do it. So
And how you feel about Placerville winning the Main Street Matters thing?
it's exciting. It's a great opportunity for us. A number of other things we've got going on, and Main Street Matters is a big one for us in getting the downtown painted. There's some other things we want to do to clean it up, including pave downtown Main Street, and so it'll be a big plus and a big exciting for the city. So
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
As you know, we had our last community meeting at the end of January. I think many of you were here for that. The day after that happened, our schedule changed a little bit on the painting and whatnot. We're going to talk about that tonight. Most of you have been kept up to date by reading Bill's updates on the website and staying, on top of that. So, again, this is just going to be a really special year on Main Street. We're really excited. It's getting closer, right? We're going to get painted here before you know it. And thanks to all of you for voting. We wouldn't be here without that. So we'll move this thing along. I'm going to introduce two people tonight. First of all, you guys probably remember Matt, who volunteered to be our fabulous project director for this event, for this activity, for both the Benjamin Moore painting aspect and the supplemental aspect. We're going to talk about both of those things tonight. And we have a representative here tonight from Benjamin Moore's production company. It's actually called Momentum Worldwide, right? Allison Selly. And so she may have come and talked to some of you downtown today. I know she was walking down Main Street and whatnot. So anyway, I'm going to pitch it off to whichever one of you.
So we thought we'd let Allison start with a quick overview of where they are and some of their work that's coming up, and then we'll talk more about the complementary work program. But I did want to do one thing following up from our last meeting. We really didn't give Bill Robinson enough credit for all the behind-the-scenes work that he does to distribute all the information and nag me and say, hey, I don't think people even know what information's out there. So I really want to thank Bill and give him a round of applause. So tonight we're going to talk about both aspects of the program. We expect to be out of here in about an hour and hope some of you will stick around and let us know how you might be interested in helping. So without further ado, this is Allison Selly from Momentum Worldwide.
Thank you, Matt and Lisa, and thank you everybody for having me here tonight. And I just want to start out with how happy I am that I got lucky enough to get Placerville as one of my cities. I have family in the area, so I'm also particularly excited that this is mine as well. So just thank you. I will go through some of the background information, and I know you've all heard most of this before, so I'll cover this rather quickly, but if you have any further questions about details of the background of this program, please feel free to ask them in the question and answer session we have at the end, or approach me later on. Also, we'll have some cards at the back table if anybody wants to email or call about anything in particular, any thoughts or concerns. I know a lot of you met Eric Guerra, who was here the last time, and I will be taking over the Placerville Main Street Matters project from him. So he's still actively involved, but I'll be the primary contact for you to have moving forward on the Momentum Worldwide and Benjamin Moore side. So in addition to your amazing town contacts as well, Lisa and Wendy and Matt. So let's get started. Make sure I'm going to go in the right direction on this. So we have a quick agenda, background updates on the timeline specifically and other things, next steps, and our events that will be coming up. So we're starting to think about those. We have some key dates that we want to share with you as well. So in spring 2013, towns all over North America voted, and there were 20 communities that were selected, and Placerville was one of them. All the rest are in Canada and the United States. July and April, we're going to be focusing on pre-planning, and we're wrapping up the pre-planning right now, and we should hopefully be starting some painting within the next, let's see, it's March 24th right now, so I would say, we'll have the date in here later, I don't want to misquote. So as far as what we're painting, many of you have heard this, we are focusing on the front facades, the first floors of a 1 to 2 block segment of the historic downtown. We aren't announcing the actual segment until we get information from our contractors so we know what we can actually work on. So that announcement will come a little bit later, but it is in the downtown area. And we're going to be working with local contractors that are going through the selection process, and they'll all be lead certified by the state of California. They'll give them our bids, and then we'll select from there. Another thing about the businesses that we're working on, there are a couple requirements. They need to be locally owned businesses and not political or religiously affiliated. As many of you know, we did some lead testing, so thank you for signing your lead testing agreements. We greatly appreciate that. We couldn't move forward without that. And I know that you guys all signed those almost immediately, so thank you. That initial testing is done with the exception of 1 or 2 items, and the results are going to be kept confidential. We're under strict guidelines to not share them with anybody. So if you do have a question about your particular building, that information won't be released unless we get formal requests signed in writing by the landlord, and just come to me. Nobody in the town even has this information, so there's no concern about the information about your particular building being shared or public about the results of that test. The contractors will be lead certified, so whether your building has lead in it or not, they will still be lead certified and will handle everything appropriately. We also have the Benjamin Moore paint vouchers that I know a lot of you have asked about. Those are going to be coming out in a little bit. I will have them available. I keep track of who I give them to. We give them to the one per business or landlord, and each voucher is good for $10 off per gallon, up to 10 gallons of paint, so a total of $100 off for a select line of Benjamin Moore paint. It's our upper end. We're working with a retailer right now as far as what that's exactly going to say, so more information to come on that, but they are on the horizon. So hold tight, we will get them to you. If anybody in particular has a project that they want to be working on, and if you don't catch me and you do want one, definitely make sure you grab my card and let me know that you are interested in getting one, and we can arrange for that, because we want to make sure that you do get those. They are redeemable at the Paint Spot, the local Benjamin Moore retailer. So we also have a gift sign coming. This is the installation of this is the location is still yet to be determined, but this is the general overview of what it looks like. It's a Benjamin Moore Main Street Matters sign, and it'll say Main Street and Placerville, California on it. It's beautiful. It's a decorative sign. It's not meant for any directional purposes. Otherwise, you'd have to create a street called Benjamin Moore Street the 14th, April 14th, and meet with all of the building owners and go over the Benjamin Moore color palette for the Placerville, the city of Placerville, specific for this town. So we have worked with color consultants to have an idea of what colors to work with that will be a cohesive look for the town, regardless of the architecture. If you do not want to do the suggested color that the color team recommended, there's also the option to do a straight refresh too. So you could just get a refresh of a Benjamin Moore color that as closely matches what color you currently have to just kind of spruce it up a little bit. So that's definitely an option if you don't want. So the events, what I think is the fun part, it's kind of like a party. We have the first stroke to kick off painting, and that will be the week of 6/2. Still waiting to finalize that 100%, but look for more information about it for that week. It'll be a lot of fun. Everybody's welcome to come. It'll be primarily a PR event. There'll be a few people talking just to introduce the program publicly to any media. But we would love to have anybody from the community there. We also have our celebration event, and that is going to be a lot of fun. We'll get a huge cake, So free cake. There's going to be music, festivities. We have a scavenger hunt we like to do where you can win some prizes if you can participate in the scavenger hunt. And it'll be a lot of fun. It's a great time for everybody in the community to get together and celebrate and what we've started to do with a revitalization, and also the extra projects that you as Placerville have come together to do in response to this as well.